let's talk about the modesty. Not the polite ones that your grandma taught you, but the kind that quietly kills the deal. Now, because in many parts of Asia, though, clients won't tell you that they disagree. Not because they are unsure, but because saying so is going to disrupt the harmony of the room. So what happens? You leave the room thinking that it went well, but you were being politely declined that entire time. Now, here's the trap, though. In Western setting, disagreement is very normal. It's even rewarded. You speak up, you push back, you clarify, and that's how you show that you are engaged. Now, in much of Asia, the same behavior is disruptive, it's disrespectful. So instead of pushing back, now people soften their stance. They nod, they smile, they thank you, but none of it means they're on board. Now, because politeness is the default, but that doesn't mean there's alignment. So to decode this, we need to zoom out. Now, the real difference isn't in what people said. It is how it's being interpreted. So let's break that down. So in Western environment, focus is clarity. You speak your mind, you disagree openly, and everyone knows where things stand. But in that same Asian environment, the priority is about emotional safety. You avoid putting others on the spot. Disagreement is delayed or disguised. Sometimes clients may even signal agreement, not because they're aligned, but to avoid tension. Now, what looks like a subtle behavior is a brand new, whole different operating system. If you read it wrong, you're going to move wrong. And this does not just happen in Asia. You'll see it here in the US, the UK, and Australia, where clients, they are raised in Asian households or educated in that hierarchy system. That conditioning runs really deep. Even the most westernized professionals will revert to face-saving behaviors, especially when the stakes are high. Now, that's not confusion. That's a matter of wiring. Here's what most sellers got it wrong. What they do is they focus on the words, but the real story is in the context, the invisible pressure behind those words. Now, people may seem agreeable, but they will feel hesitant. They nod to show respect, not belief, and no one wants to be the one that messes up the mood. So the room stays quiet and the misalignment stays hidden. So you don't need to rewrite your script at all in situations like this. What you do need is to rethink your approach. Make space for honesty without forcing confrontation. Ask questions that give people the permission to disagree subtly and safely. Now, because when someone is unsure in that environment, they rarely say it outright. But if they feel safe, they might hint, and you need to catch the drift. So in cultures where prize modesty, words are just the beginning. You got to watch what is unspoken, the hesitation, the pause, the silence. Now, deals in these rooms don't fall apart because of loud objections. They slip away quietly in spaces where no one speaks up. So if you're selling in the Asian market or working with clients who've grown up in those systems, remember, agreement isn't always agreement. Politeness doesn't equal progress. And that smooth meeting might have been a polite no all along. And modesty isn't that problem. It is the mask. And if you can see through that, you'll never see what's really killed the deal. And just to be clear, this isn't a critique. Now, I'm Asian. I've been in these rooms. I've lost deals because no one said. And this is just one truth that I wish someone told me earlier. So if this episode hit home, wait till the next one. We're talking about what happens after the pitch when your internal champion goes quiet, not because they changed their mind, because someone above them quietly shut it down. Subscribe, drop a comment if you ever left a meeting thinking you nailed it and then heard nothing. I'll see you in episode 5.